Okay, this is a Gottlieb Genesis. 1986, I believe, 87 range. This was brought to me by, if you remember the Aladdin's Castle that I have. At the time, I guess you could call him a customer. Buddy bought that game off of me. Since then, he's loved that game, and he recently just went up near Chicago and picked up this game. And on his way back, he dropped it off with me. It's a very beautiful game. Everything worked great on it. Just needed, let's just say, dialed in, maybe. Some switches were gapped pretty big. These little plastics down here were on the wrong side. That was on upside down. So he brought it to me. Basically, in the video, the pop bumpers look very pink. In person, they're kind of a light pastel purple. And from the factory, this did have a kind of a pinkish purple ramps. So we're kind of paying homage to the ramps because you want to go with clear ramps. A lot of people go with clear on this because there's a lot of artwork that's just hidden underneath these ramps with the colored ones that you just can't see. So we did go with the clear ramps. So then we did, like I said, the purplish pop bumper LEDs to go with that. I did the screw down sockets that are now wedge based. Trying to get those to just, those twist sockets, just they tend to flake, and then you get constantly just messing with them, trying to get the bulbs not to go out. Let's see, I did a new power cord in it, a complete new cord, because somebody had cut off the third prong. You could have just replaced just the plug on it, but we went ahead and just, I think it's like a 12-foot cord or something, whatever. I think you got it from Marco. Just did a whole new cord on there. Did the grounding on the transformer box down here. You get rid of the plugs and you just do a spade terminal. Somebody had already done that part, so that was fine. On the MPU, there's a grounding mod they do to where it's just a new wire with 2 new pins to the, just jump the 2 boards together, so it's just a new ground cable on those. The whole entire playfield did get Yoppsicle LEDs. That's for all the inserts you see flashing right now. I did do color matched LEDs for all the words on the back. So like arm, brain, body, that's, blue, orange, red, green. Pretty obvious there. I did the clear ramps, did a new sticker on the drop target plate, and then instead of just being a white drop target with no words or symbols or anything on them, they're just blank white drop targets from Gottlieb. They actually take, I believe that was black hole or something. Anyway, you buy a new set of black and you just use a couple of them. Now it says lab, like laboratory, because it's basically kind of a weird science. This game, well, Gottlieb in this era, they were the king of EMs. They couldn't be beat basically when EMs. But then everybody started going solid state. They kind of fell off and were a little bit behind. They're still making a good product, but they didn't really have the money for licensing. So a lot of their games were just, they did what was it called, like Golden Wing or something like that, but it was just a Top Gun with a different picture on it. This is weird science. They did another one instead of Miami Heat. What was it called? Instead of Miami Heat, I'm just gonna make something. It was like Tampa Hot. I don't remember what it was called. So I'm just making stuff up now. So basically, they were just kind of, they were the same theme, just a different name because they didn't have the money for licensing. Still a pretty fun game. This is not, it's pretty inexpensive. You can get a nice one, I think, right now for about $2,500. You can get a really nice Genesis. In this era, I think, prices have been up all around in pinball really high the last couple of years, but so we'll see how that goes. Did new flipper rubbers, did new bushings for the plexiglass. I'm still kind of tuning that a little. I had it completely flush to where you couldn't feel it, but then it seemed like the ball would still hit the edge and it would come towards the middle of the plexi, which would just make you drain, and that was happening a lot. So I did raise the plexi up, and I'm talking like a 64th of an inch. It's just barely has a little bit of an edge. What I'm just kind of hoping is, instead of it falling in, if it happens to fall kind of out, well, then you're hitting a flipper or a sling or something. And then, you know, I'm talking like this just barely happens, and I'm talking about just barely catch your fingernail on it. I mean, it's like trying to find a, you know, fine scratch in paint or something. You got to rub it with your fingernail. So I'm just trying to get the ball to just maybe fall out instead of falling in. That's really about it. So whenever we did the clear ramps, also there's 2 flashers down here and 2 flashers up top. Now those flashers were just hitting you in the face. They were incandescent, so they weren't that bad, but came up with the idea of doing a replacement LED that's a flat disc. And then that flat disc is actually pointed towards the back box a little bit. So it is still very bright and very flashing, but now it's kind of lighting up the ramps, and you're not, the LEDs aren't actually hitting your eyes. You can't actually see them. You know, they're not, you know, pointed at you. They're pointed 45-degree angle away. So they're pointed at like the back box. The bottom 2 are again that light purple color, and the top 2 up there are the, they're just a normal white. So there is a little bit of a variance between front and back on that. Besides that, one thing that I did do for the customer that he did not ask for, I decided to just try it out. From the factory, these do have 27-inch legs, and from the factory, the glass actually sits about 4 inches higher than other games in my arcade. So like right next to it, you can see is a TNA, Total Nuclear Annihilation. It was sitting way higher, so the lock bar, everything was just higher, and it just felt weird. And of course, I'm not going to claim I have OCD or anything like that, because that's probably an insult to people who actually have it. I do prefer things being level, centered, you know, mirrored left to right. Anything like that does bug me. So I was like, you know what? I'll try something out. I had some old legs out in the shed, the barn, whatever you want to call it. I cleaned them up, cut them, took 3 or 4 inches out of each leg, so now they are 23.5. Then I re-welded them, and then I sprayed them with like a hammered gray paint, so they do have kind of almost like the same texture they have on this rail. They kind of have that type of look to them, because this is actually like a, you can probably hear it, you know, so this is like a textured, it's pretty nice rails you got on here. So I did all that, and now, I mean, you could have them professionally done. This is just something for him to try. You know, I was like, I'll do it for you. You know, I just used an extra set of legs. I didn't, you know, I've heard of people actually, because see, they're the same legs, but the bolt holes are down at the bottom of the cab instead of being in the middle, like a Stern or a Spooky or anything else that's modern. So you could re-drill the holes in the cab and just mount the legs in the same spot. But then you're modifying, it's a permanent modification to an old game. This isn't. So if he wants to have the legs redone, he can. You know, he can have these. I'm not worried about them. They came out good. You know, if you're in a dark room like this with neon lights, never going to see them anyway. So on to the game itself. So the point of this game is you are trying to assemble your robot. She is, I call her like a female C-3PO kind of thing. She's hidden down in here. You do that by filling out, you know, get the 3 lights up at the top. That does, I think body is up at the top. Blue is arm, green is leg, brain is the outskirts. And then, so as you spell those out, you need to hit the ones that are flashing are better. That's kind of how you get yourself lined up for multi-ball. You know, if, I don't know the code on this. I know once you get the life force to start flashing here, you slam, there's like an adjustable, trying to see it over here. There's a, you know, bar right there. You hit that and it goes up, and the higher you hit it up, the more points you get. And if you hit it all the way back while it's flashing, that helps expose the robot, but you need to have all the body parts. Pretty fun game. It is one of those games where I'll play it 4 or 5 times in a row and only get 200,000. I'll walk away, come back, and get 4 million. So it is kind of a hit or miss thing. So I'll just go ahead and play it. I have not played anything today at all. I just came down and turned on the arcade to do this because he's picking it up tonight. I have one of my I suck at pinball tournaments today, and when that's over, he's taking it home. The only thing that has not shown up yet, he did order the artwork for the side blades. So I'll just go to his house. He doesn't live that far away. I'll go to his house and install those later. But let's go ahead and just play. You can get multi-ball on this, whatever happens. You'll have to hit it up one of the ramps. It'll trap the ball up there. You plunge the next ball, and then whenever it sees it go through one of the channels up top, it pops out the other ball. So we'll see. If the first game's really bad, maybe I'll do a second game. We'll see how it goes. And your multiplier, the good thing is as you get body parts, that's a multiplier. You can get up to a ×10 multiplier, and it will save that from ball to ball. Right now we are on 5 balls, so I do need to put it back on 3 ball for him, but I like 5. Lets me go around, lets me get further in the game because I'm not that good. You can adjust the top lanes with the right flipper, so get that back around. Okay, so we just got the first B and body part. And the drop targets you do want to do in order, so I got the first one, there's the second one, there's the third one. So I hit that ramp, but it doesn't count because it wasn't flashing. Hit that out of order. See if I can get the green. There we go. So I'll get a leg here. These pops are awesome. They go forever. And a bit. So I'm still on 1 times multiplier because I haven't finished any body parts yet. But oh. See if I can get that. So I did hit that all the way back, but right now I don't need to do that. Up. Okay, so far not a good game. I really doubt I'm going to expose the robot on a game. That happens kind of rarely. That's a hard thing for me to achieve. There we go. There we go. There's an R for arms. Be nice if we could at least get more. There we go. Another cool thing, you do have 2 main slings, but then right above that, you have those little, you have a square disc above each one of them that also kicks the ball around, speeds the game up a little bit. Come on. Not what I wanted to do. There we go. Smack that glass. There's a G at least. No. I'm not a nudger or anything like that and shake the machine around. If it drains, it drains. We are on ball 5 already, so I'm going to play a second game, unless this one just goes amazingly. Gotta love the music for this. No! Okay, yeah, let's play another game. Pretty bad. So, that was 646,000. Go ahead and play a second game. Try to get multiplier or something going on here. Wasn't flashing. So at least maybe try to get some flashes so you can see the purple and white flashes going off. So you have the one flasher back in the back right, but that's just kind of like a, so to speak, like a GI bulb. That's nothing special. Come on, there you go. There's some flashing. And ramp. Yeah, I had to adjust like the EOS switches on here. The flippers were kind of weak whenever I got it. Like I said, the switches on the kickers, they were spread out like over 1/4 of an inch. You had to smack them before they went off. I think I talked more than I played. I'm going to go through 2 games on this pretty quick. It's a fun game though. You can get some speed built up on this. You always just kind of, I'm doing it right now. I'm just kind of thinking, just one more. And I kind of think this is, I always really liked F14, yeah, the Williams. I kind of think, well, I love the music and the 80s kind of thing going on, and whoa. This is about the same price. I mean, a really nice F14 would be a little bit more than this, but I think I might like this game more than F14. I always kind of think if I had more space, I'd get one of those back. So I really need to, I think right now if I hit the flashing ramp, I'll get multi-ball. Let's see, maybe? Okay, it did different music and kind of maybe I finished a body part. I was talking too much. No. Let's see if I finished a body part because it did music. Yeah, I'm at multiplier 2, so I must have finished one. It's probably body or something. I missed it. Finished legs. Yep, that took me to ×3 multiplier, so that'll help out. Oh, there we go. There's multi-ball. So right now it's doing its little dance there. That's telling me to plunge to start multi-ball. And I was watching the camera, so I completely did not change the lane, so I would have got a... Right now, extra balls lit, so I think I have to finish another body part, a piece of the body, and then I'll get an extra ball. Finish 1 or 2 pieces to get extra. Nope, lost that ball. Lost that ball. Crap. I'm doing a lot better though. I'm up to ×4 multiplier at least. I'm doing a lot better this game, but I'm still only at 1 million points, so. Oh, that sucks. Okay, well, you get an idea. It's a pretty fun game. If you ever see one sitting around, try it out. I've never seen one besides this one, so, but I'm not like, been around a while. I'm pretty new at this, but anyway, there you go. Gottlieb Genesis.